my window, and I can't see it all. And even if I could, it'd all be great. But your picture on my wall, it reminds me that it's not so bad. It's not so bad.
It's Brindle and Diane, so listen up if you can. Yeah, journey with them today as they help you find your way. Oh, mental wellness is the topic of the hour. Mental health and the power to tap into our alignments will lead to our refinements. Phoenix Talk, a show like you've never seen. Phoenix Talks, awareness that has never been. Phoenix Talks with Brindle and Diane. Phoenix Talks, so tune in if you can.
Welcome everyone to Phoenix Talks. Hope you noticed the changes that I incorporated into the promo today. If you were a little bit late, you might not have seen it, but we are now streaming on Zeno.fm at Rise Awakenings, and I have it on good authority that it is successful and we're being heard right now. So amazing. Oh, also all the changes and the music. I didn't tell Diane about this. I said, I got some surprises for you today. The new music that you heard is actually a teaser for the new theme song for the radio station of Rise Awakenings. And I know he's in the audience listening right now, and Michael J. 2025 has agreed to take on singing that for us.
Ooh, yay!
Yes, I cannot wait to hear that when he is able to finish it. And
Yes, and thank you was sang so amazingly by two of our very own.
absolutely,
Yay.
I was getting to that as
Amazing.
well. Yes, Amelia and Hathery bringing us some Dido with Thank
Yes.
You.
Now we need some Michael in our mix. Come on, let's go.
Yes, we'll do it. Yes, we'll do it. Careful what you wish for. Then they're going to start dumping songs at me, and then we won't be able to talk. But no. What's great is that when we're not here talking on Phoenix Talks, you can listen on to the Rise Radio, actually, old habits, Rise Awakenings radio loop. And there will be music playing there 24 hours a day. I'm loading up the songs as they come in. So all of them are amazing so far. So it's worth taking a moment to go over and listen. But Amelia, our station manager for Rise Radio, heading that up with Hathery, who is one of the DJs for Rise Radio. Thank you, ladies, so much for, well, you didn't actually send it to me. You sent it to the messengers. I just kind of took it from that room because I wanted a specific song for today.
Yeah.
And it was kind of hard to find the right one for the topic that we had come in.
Yes, and this was one of our viewers' topics today, right?
Yes, this actually came in from Hildy. I forgot to type it in what it's all about, but she threw at me grief with gratitude, which is really sweet from her, I have to say, because she recently lost her mother. And through friendship and conversations and people being there, she was reminded of just how much gratitude she had for all of those people. And that's what she wanted us to focus in on today, was how to deal with grief with accepting gratitude.
Yeah, that's tough because in the beginning you don't feel grateful at all. There's nothing to be grateful about when you have a hole in your heart, right? So
not if you're a kind human.
Yeah, I mean, that's the tricky part, is when do you incorporate gratitude? And I think on some degree or level, you have to allow it to be a seed that's planted in your mind from today and let it evolve and grow from your grieving process, but you have to initiate the grieving process. So as far as the when you start feeling grateful part, you got to let yourself feel what you need to feel and then allow that to breathe.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be given reasons to be grateful. So when you are given reasons to be grateful, like Hildy, those are your opportunities to allow yourself to sit in that grace and in that gratitude. So you could start the momentum with when you feel grateful for what you're receiving during that process. So that's the when part.
And there's no timeline. And if anybody tells you that there is, stuff them. Just no. There is no timeline for grief.
Yeah. Yes. And grief looks different in different circumstances. And I know we've had a whole thing on grief, so I just want to repeat this really quick. There's no rule for regulation. There are a series of emotions that you will experience that need to pull you through the process. They don't happen in any particular order, even though it says so in some books, because everyone is so different. So I just want to make sure I kind of ring that home again and remind everyone. Don't judge someone's grieving. Don't think they shoulda, coulda, woulda. Everyone's grieving looks different.
Right.
Yes. So things to be grateful for. What kind of things can we be grateful for?
I actually want to pull in a movie reference that I know a lot of people watching will probably get. The funeral scene of Steel Magnolias.
Ooh.
Actually, the post-funeral scene of Steel Magnolias. We don't actually see the funeral. But when they're in the cemetery and Malin has her breakdown, but she's surrounded by her friends.
Yes. Well, if you haven't seen this, just YouTube Steel Magnolias, Sally Field, breakdown after funeral.
Yep. Here, hit Weezer. Yep. That's the scene. Yep. You just missed the chance of a lifetime, Malin. Half the people at Chicken Pen Parish give that to you, take a whack of Weezer. And after that line, when you're watching the movie, you are so sucked into the emotions and the grief of the situation that line snaps you out of it. And I think that's the kind of way that Hildy especially wanted us to go with this conversation, was recognizing the feelings and celebrating them a little bit more that are outside when you're grieving.
Yeah.
Because there is no timetable. Like we said, you're going to have different experiences. Michael even said something about it being after the acceptance period, if he hadn't torched everything in his life as a result. You know, I'm paraphrasing. But just remembering those moments when you're angry, but somebody's trying to be there. You're hurt, but somebody's trying to be there. Yeah. And taking a moment, taking a breath, and being able to recognize it's not if the person expects you just to be able to switch it like a light bulb,
yeah,
they're going to get hurt.
Yeah. And that laughter is so healing. That laughter is true medicine, especially in those moments like that. That movie is a perfect example of, just allowing yourself. That laughter brings on that gratitude and that acceptance of that support and that love from the folks that are surrounding you. And that brings on even more gratitude. So one of the things is the humor that comes with heavy sadness, which sounds so weird to say out loud. It doesn't make any sense, but it does.
To talk about it, it sounds bizarre, but everybody does it.
Everybody knows, right? Everybody knows. We've all been like, blah, blah, and then somebody says something funny and it totally shifts the entire energy. Everyone's been through this.
Yeah.
Which leads to...
I am one of those that has a morbid sense of humor. And for instance, the day that Leonard Nimoy died, okay, this is where my humor goes. Well, at least he lived long and prosper.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and I've had people who were Star Trek fans looking at me like, really? I'm like, what, too soon?
That's actually funny.
So.
That's too funny. Okay, so I just wanted to see, Michael wrote something here. And yes, that the remembering things.
Yeah, my grandmother passed almost 2 years ago, and I still have moments where it knocks the wind out of me and I have to sit down. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's easier to pull up memory that makes me smile instead of wallowing in that despair like I used to be prone to. Yes.
Yeah.
And one of the things that helps to manifest that is the gratitude for what was. And not the grief of what was, because what was is done. But the gratitude of what you were able to take from it. Okay, we're going to hang out on this branch for a little bit, and we'll get back to friends and other people.
Yes. Yeah.
But that gratitude of, I am who I am. For whatever part in your life they played. Taking that and remembering that you carry on their legacy somehow. Mm-hmm. Whether it's a large legacy of a huge corporation or a small legacy of just a funny quip that comes to mind. It's still a legacy. It's still something that's left behind that impacted you.
Yes. And those are beautiful moments and opportunities to extend gratitude and find the gratitude for having those beautiful memories and those moments. And things too. Let's not forget things. Sometimes things annoy us in life. And then when they're gone, we're like, oh.
I
like
miss those arguments with my dad.
right? Or like a handprint on the window. You know what I'm saying? Like silly things that you don't think of, like
Yeah,
a lipstick stain on a mug. Just
right.
random everyday things where it's like, oh.
Right.
But instead of melancholy and sadness, see that as thank you for this gift. Thank you for leaving me something to smile about and giggle over. And shift it into gratitude, right? Oh, wait. What do we got, Michael? I need my glasses for this one.
Oh, yeah. He's telling us a funny about an experience
Oh, yeah.
at a cancer benefit, and everyone was telling stories, getting weepy, and everyone looked at him. He couldn't help it. Wouldn't it be problematic, or would it be problematic if I sang "The Remedy" by Jason Mraz? Now, I don't know the song, so I don't get the reference, but I'm sure that it was funny, or meant to be. And of course, getting mixed groans, scoffs, and laughter. But he wanted to break up the sadness. It
And
cut
it
off
worked.
the bottom of that, but he
It
wanted
works.
to break up the sadness. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Telling funny stories about the person who you lost. Just sharing memories and allowing yourself to sit in the gratitude of having experienced them in your life, in your world.
Right.
There's also a weird side to this, because when you're grieving and when there's loss, sometimes you start to learn things about people, and you see who your true friends are and true family. The loss of people sometimes bring out some ugly, right? So to find gratitude in also the ugly, because it also opens the door for you to clear your path and with clutter of people. Sometimes we need to let people go, but we don't know who they are until there's a funeral.
Or a decade after.
There's that kind of thing where you're like, okay, I'm grateful I saw your true colors now. I'm grateful this showed me who you are and made me realize that you don't have the same values that I do. So that's kind of important too. And it sounds weird to state that, but it's helpful. If you shift that resentment into gratitude for the lesson and for the knowledge, for the new knowledge, because it's data. You collected data that you needed to make different choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just have to find the damn humor. Even if it's laughing at the dark.
Yeah.
Or using the darkness as the butt of a joke.
Yes.
Like Michael just said in the chat. I'm referring to that comment. Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to. My ex-husband, his best friend, I don't remember the exact physical deformity that she was born with, but it's the one that caused shortened limbs and very T-Rex.
Okay.
So after her twin sister passed away years before, I believe she unalived herself. And she was like, after the cremation, the comment was made, damn it, I could have used her for parts. Try not to laugh at that, please. Go ahead. Any of the viewers, anybody listening, try not to laugh at what I just said. It's not possible because it's hysterical. And because she was T-Rexed with her limbs, my husband and I would joke about, okay, and this was after she passed. I'm like, okay, when we worked at Domino's, I shouldn't have said that. We would joke every once in a while about, about it after she passed. I'm like, I want you to imagine her stretching out the pizza. And it brought laughter. It brought relief. I'm not trying to make fun of her. She'd do it herself. But finding the laughter.
Yes.
And
Yes.
being grateful that you have something like that.
So the gratitude helps you with the grieving process, but you need to be there. You need to get there. So I don't want to have anyone think that we're stepping over
God,
feeling the feelings that we have to feel.
No. No.
Gratitude will help you process those feelings, though. So it is helpful to have those seeds planted that, okay, what can I see here that's helpful for me? All right, so Grandma Nettie came over with a big lasagna. I'm so grateful. You know, just help yourself in those ways. Oh, I found his sock in the laundry today. I'm so grateful. So, like, that helps you through it. That just helps you with the processing. It helps you with the grieving. It helps you move yourself forward and move along. And it helps keep their memory alive. Right? Is Hildy on one of the chats? I want to make sure we're answering her.
I don't believe so. If she is, she's very quiet. But it's also 6 hours in the future.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
For her.
She might be sleeping.
Karen is wide awake and here. Speaking of chat, we've got Miss Polly Jamaris, Michael, Karen, and Hathery. I see are all active in the chat. Anybody else I miss?
I don't know, but you're giving me flashbacks of Romper Room. If anyone is, I'm 51, so I'm dating myself.
I see.
I'm sure it's on YouTube also.
And for those of you listening on Zeno, I literally just grabbed my ring light and put it over my face and said, I see. So
in Romper Room, it was a mirror.
It was a mirror that magically lost its back.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Anyway, the 70s. Don't miss those. No, we're not grieving the 70s. We do miss some things, though. Okay. Sorry. Side quest over. We're back.
You know, when we go on these side quests, it's like thought. It's like emotion. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to remember that when you are grieving. And it doesn't matter if you are grieving an actual loss, if you're grieving a breakup, if you're grieving a move, if you're grieving the loss of a job, it's still grieving. Mm-hmm. Nothing is permanent. No thought is permanent. No emotion is permanent. None of them.
Not unless you decide to keep it. I really hope you don't.
I mean, you can be like that one kid that crosses their arms and can deadpan you for an hour. And it doesn't matter what they say or what you say to them. They're not going to change their expression. They're barely going to blink, and they're just going to stare at you in defiance. So if you want to be one of those people and hold on to those thoughts and emotions, go ahead, try. I dare you, because you won't be able to. Not unless you're actually wired that way. There are humans that are, but not everybody. So when we go on these little side trips, it's a great opportunity to remind you guys that even grief is temporary. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't stick around 24/7, 366. Yeah, I said that on purpose.
So I want to add to that statement, because I do understand how that can trigger some who are actively grieving someone and are consumed by it. Okay, so that is very necessary part of the grieving process. It just means that it gets better and it changes over time. It doesn't mean that it's negating the fact that the grief exists, especially when it comes to the loss of a child, because that's a whole different. I feel like that has a separate category in grief.
Yep, it does.
Yes, so I do understand you need to feel what you need to feel. It's not about that. It's about understanding that it changes. It changes as long as you allow it to not consume you. The idea is not to stop living your own life as much as you feel like you want to. The idea is to recognize, eventually, just get yourself there, that there is things that you experience that you wouldn't trade for the world. And there are things, physical things that are left that you wouldn't want anything to happen to because you have them, like, so there's the gratitude. Or the people that you learned were actually better friends and you got closer because of whatever happened, because of the loss.
Right.
So you found out who your true people were, so like all of these things are reason to be grateful. And so it's a matter of helping you shift that all-consuming grief into a healthier mindset to allow yourself to incorporate the loss into your experience. And I say it that way because you really live with it in a different form.
Yeah. And being an uncomfortable catalyst at times, sorry, not sorry, because that's part of my calling and that's part of who I am. I do know, because I can feel it, that either someone watching live or someone watching the replay, as a result of what I said, they felt like I was taking a piece from them. And you were right to call on that, Diane, because I literally felt in my sacral area of the chakra systems, I felt in that someone went into rage, feeling like I had torn a piece of them away with that statement. You know why? Because a piece of you was torn away, and I just reminded you of that. And you're still trying to figure out who you are without. And there's that emptiness, there's that void. And I can feel it shifting as I'm talking. Yes, we did. We did just talk about this yesterday, Michael.
Yeah.
In private. But yeah, and feeling that way. How can you be grateful for having something stripped away from you? That's a good question.
You can't. You can't be grateful for having something stripped away from you. That's not where the focus is. The focus is on the support that you have, the reality check that is useful and helpful to move you forward, albeit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
The things that are still with you that didn't get lost in the shuffle that you now have to help you remember, and the beautiful experiences that you have left with you in your heart are always going to be there. And I know we don't go into spiritual stuff on this podcast.
Oh, yeah, we do. We can. Absolutely.
But I
we can.
I need folks to also hear me saying that our soul is infinite. Our soul is infinite. And in my personal experience as not only a connected, tuned in, intuitive healer myself, as someone who has witnessed others in their healing and grieving process. So our loved ones they don't disappear completely. They're soul and their energy is with us. So every time you pick up that object and think of them, they're present with you. If you feel like you're seeing a sign, or you're trying to talk yourself out of it, like, oh, I'm just trying to convince myself. Like, no, if you see a ton of butterflies and you're associating that with the person, that is them confirming for you that they're with you. You have to trust your intuition and trust that their soul and their energy is always with you. Where there's love, that love remains. Love doesn't disappear. It doesn't go away. It's finished in the physical form, in this human experience. But that love, that energy is tethered with you and doesn't go away. So feel comfort and believe yourself when you feel like you get chills. Maybe they're telling you they're with you. That's okay. If you feel like you heard them, yeah, maybe you are, because that's the spirit, that's their soul telling you they heard you, they're with you, and they're not gone from you, just physically. I hope that helps.
Emotional moment for me, because Sunday I was listening to Amelia's show Unplug, and someone, Andrew Cherry, had sent in a song. I believe it was called "I'm Not My Father's Son." And I was listening to it, and I resonated with the lyrics so deeply because it was very close to home for me. Before the song finished, I felt this on my shoulder.
Yep.
So I was like, I guess you know now,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Their soul will let you know their presence if you're open to believing that they're with you. Yeah.
Yep. And then you have visits and dreams.
Yes.
Whatever, and now here, let's kick it back to the gratitude. Whatever signs you're shown, like she was saying, butterflies, me with the hand, with feeling the hand on my shoulder, hearing a song, sniffing a scent.
My sister would find pennies everywhere because he was big into picking up pennies and collecting pennies. She would find pennies everywhere after her father-in-law passed.
Thank you. For years, every time I would find a random dime on the ground, it was associated with somebody who's passed. And I was like, oh, hey, thanks.
Yeah.
Good to see you too. You know, that type of thing.
Yeah. So those are the things that we can be grateful for, is that whatever is left for us, that we have that love that was filling up our tank in our heart. Yes, there's a giant hole from them not physically being in our presence anymore. Boy, there's nothing like that. I understand totally. But we can also make room for allowing ourselves to open our hearts to the gratitude that we have what we have, and we experienced what we experienced. When the time is right, you'll know when that is.
Oh.
Yeah. And I look at you, Micah, when I'm looking, so my eyes always look like I'm all over the place because I'm looking at you.
Oh, I do the same thing. I do the same thing.
I very rarely forget to look, like I don't look at the camera. It's just because I need to see us. So I go
weird.
back.
I know, it's weird. It's okay. I mean, I've got the sunlight reflecting off a window across the parking lot. So I have to keep getting closer, which is dangerous because you guys know what happens when I do that with my computer. But Karen wanted us to go somewhere. I don't mean hell, but
that was funny.
But a few minutes ago, she had said, hey,
excuse me,
make sure it's not in parts.
Okay.
If it is, if I'm taking this in parts, Karen, just let me know and I will correct it. But she had mentioned at least there is no pain for that person anymore. Okay, that's actually just enough to go where we need to, because there is that gratitude in the grieving process as well. That the person who has left isn't in pain anymore.
Yeah.
And you know, I just had a really crazy thought, and you guys might laugh at it, and I don't care. But if somebody leaves a bad relationship, be grateful that they're not in pain anymore too. Yeah, I said it. Because you are silly people if you think that there was only that kind of grief when somebody dies. No. There's a whole different kind of gratitude of grief when you leave a bad situation, and be grateful that they did.
Yes, grief comes in all forms, that's for sure.
I'm gonna push this a little bit further so I can lean on the table a bit more. This is a lean in kind of conversation now. I'm just saying.
That is so funny. I love the comments too. That is so hilarious.
I mean, he ain't no. I know I'm not wrong. I rarely am. I just might not say it right. But, no, seriously.
That is so funny. Oh my goodness. Okay. Back to gratitude.
If you yell at me one more time, Karen, I will stop mentioning your comments. I'm sorry, it's in parts. There's a lot of conversation going on around that we have to come through. Okay. All right. Don't you, for Christ's sake, me. No. Okay. See how far back I need to go. Every memory becomes an honoring. I'm just gonna read in order all of the comments that you posted.
Okay.
Even though they're going to be out of sync to the conversation now, but that's okay. Every tear is a tiny crystal in which all that the grieving was done still is. Also the tears that aren't rolling from her experience. Or grateful, like at least there is no pain for that one anymore. In some places in the world, dead is celebrated because that person goes home. And she says directly to you, Diane, that she's experienced struggle because of knowing her friend was or is still here when you were talking about the signs that they would leave, because the acceptance became different.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. When you see those signs and when you feel that, you kind of know that, like, oh crap, they're really, really gone. It's, you know, that the denial starts to go away and the disbelief and the shock start to settle and dissipate, and the new normal, I'm putting that in quotes, starts to set in. And that transition is definitely a challenge. I totally get it. Totally get it.
Yeah.
Accepting they're gone at a different level. Sometimes, like, you don't want to be grateful for them, for the things, certain things, because that would mean you'd have to fully accept they're no longer there. Yes. Yeah. And tears are love. There's love. There's to be loved. What a feeling.
I want to bring back Friends. I don't mean the series.
Pivot. No, I'm kidding.
Pivot. How you doing? But when friends are trying to be there for you, they're not gonna know exactly what you need. They may tell you that they know exactly what you need, but they're rarely right? They can only assume based on what they know. And they're going to do their best to be there for you. And it's going to be messy. It may not be perfect. But gratitude towards that, towards the effort. I know that was one thing that Hildy really wanted us to make sure that we talked about. because she was, and I was one of them, but she was surrounded by friends when the loss first happened. I hear you typing.
Yes. Is it really that loud?
Yes.
Sorry. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, everybody.
Next time, just interrupt me. Say, hey, no, you read it wrong. Dude, I read it wrong. Yeah, you can correct the Micah.
Karen, I'm trying to tell him that the person you're talking about is still with us. He's not like gone, if that's what you're talking about. Right? They're still alive. And that's why it was challenging.
So it was the other kind of lost grief that
separation.
Yeah.
Okay.
just to make sure that. And she'll answer soon.
She'll answer in a minute. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Don't be sorry.
Be disruptive.
I just did clickety clack. That's the only thing.
Trying to tell my keyboard to be quiet.
Oh no, that was quiet. That wasn't angry typing. That was just, I have to type this really quickly. So
I'm glad we have fun on this show.
Okay, he did. All right.
Oh, he did die. Oh, yes. You experience him in spirit. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All
yeah.
Right.
Yes. Hopefully a good
experience. We do
experience.
apologize for the
confusion. I'm sorry.
Translation, because she's translating from Dutch to English, and I'm translating her English to what I understand.
But we're doing okay. Thank you, Karen, for clarifying. Okay.
But
thank you for clarifying.
I am grateful that you are still being able to experience it in spirit. That if you're allowing yourself, and not just you, Karen, but anybody, if you're allowing yourself to be open to that experience, it is going to be around you. They are trying to say hello from time to time. They are trying to push you in the right direction from time to time. They're not completely gone.
Yeah.
But your friends are here.
Yeah.
And like I had started to say, it'll be messy. Yeah. But they just want to be there.
Yeah. And I think that's the important piece too. Just allowing yourself to sit in that gratitude for a minute for feeling held, feeling supported, feeling loved, feeling heard, feeling taken care of when you have to shut the world out to get yourself through something. And the people who show up for you in your darkest hours show you that you matter to them. And that gratitude, sit in that gratitude and allow yourself to accept and receive how loved you are, and understand that the person who's no longer with you shared in those feelings of love towards you. So there's that acceptance of that love from your support, and the idea that you were and are still so very loved. That's sometimes hard to receive.
Truly.
Yeah. Yeah. So let yourself sit in that gratitude, because that does help you through the dark times. If that helps. I hope that helps.
I do too. I hope so.
Yeah. Good.
Oh, yeah. Here's a fun sign. Okay. After my father passed, I was at a spiritual center in mid-meditation, and I forgot to silence my cell phone. It rang. Guess whose number?
No. Okay. Did mom dial?
This was after
Wow.
it had been turned off from his phone and sold to someone else.
Wow. Wow. That's wonderful.
So,
I love that.
yeah.
Yes. And Karen, exactly. It's hard to accept their physical absence. You feel the absence of their presence because there's a giant hole and it changes your everyday life. Things change, period. No matter how close you were to the person, whatever space they filled in your experience is now an open seat. And that void is really hard. We're not grateful they're not physically here with us anymore, but we're grateful to have had a place in their life at their table. We're grateful to have been blessed by them.
Yeah. Clarification on your question, Karen, because she says, how does one show that gratitude towards their friends when in grief? Are you referring to the friend in grief or the people who are trying to comfort?
Okay, that's a good question.
I just want to clarify before we dive into it.
Yes.
The long distance charges would have been pretty impressive.
So, yes, I mean, I kind of feel like we might as well answer that in both directions because,
all right,
you know,
let's do it.
Why
Because
not?
so far we've been just talking about the person who's in grief receiving or understanding the gratitude. But what about the people that are trying to help and remembering gratitude in that situation?
So if you're the one grieving and wanting to express gratitude, you just simply have to tell whomever you want to express gratitude to. I know I don't have it all together right now, but I just want to make sure that you know that I appreciate your presence here and I appreciate you being here for me, even if I can't get it together. It means a lot to me. That's all you need to say. And takes the pressure off yourself just to get it out. You don't have to be happy about it. You don't have to like, oh, thanks. You know, we're not talking about that.
You just clarified. If I'm grieving, how do I show to my friends helping me? Just thank you.
Like I said, yeah, just say thank you. Like literally just say how much it means to you and you appreciate them supporting you. That their support helps you through it. And they like to hear that. They want to know that they're impacting you in a positive way. They want to know that they're supporting you. They want to be there for you. So giving them the opportunity and giving them thanks for being there in the way that you need them to be there is going to encourage them to continue to be there as well.
And thank you, but that's not what I need right now. Is also works. Acceptable. Because if you see a friend trying to help you and it's a little bit too messy and they're trying to be a little bit too overbearing for where you're at and where you're comfortable receiving, you have the right. And if they get butthurt on it, that's not your problem.
Yeah.
It's not your responsibility to make sure that they're happy with your response to them.
Yeah.
If they have come to you trying to help you and being there for you, but it's in a way that is disrupting and making you feel worse, you have every right to say, not now. Thank you. I need to breathe for a moment. Let me get back in touch with you. I think
I think you did. I think you just answered. So Karen, if there's a specific type of support that you're looking for, if there was ever a time to ask for specific help, that's the time. Because a friend can only come at you based on what they think might be helpful, but they would really prefer that you tell them what your needs are and how they can best support you. Please do not hesitate to say, I could really use a hand with may I ask for you to help me with that?
Yeah.
I just don't have the bandwidth to handle that right now.
Right. And if you're grieving, it's the wrong time to be agreeable.
Correct. You're the one receiving the support, so you have to allow yourself to receive it, and you have to allow yourself to ask for the support that you need, and don't assume that people are just going to read your mind and know what your needs are. Now's not the time for that. And throw assumptions out the window. Be direct with what your needs are, especially in your worst hours.
Otherwise, the worst cook in your family is going to bring over your least favorite casserole and expect you to be happy with it.
Correct. Yes. Or you're going to have the people who are going to take over. Cousin Fred's going to come over and decide what to do with the money, and you didn't ask him to do that, or somebody, is going to start.
That's a whole nother show.
Oh, listen, okay, because what happens afterwards, sometimes people get involved that have no business getting involved. So you have to set boundaries on what your needs are.
Oh, Michael. So
I'm always squinting.
That's okay. Put your glasses on. I'm going to make a controversial comment, but if you're worried about how to be gracious or not get butthurt by someone who's grieving, then that's not the part you need to work on. You need to fix the narcissist you are. Ooh, you're trying to make something about yourself that shouldn't be, and that's not okay. Ooh. Oh. I'm gonna go out on one of the limbs here and say that this is a personal experience.
It is. Let's talk about Michael. Give me 2 seconds. Karen, let me just finish this one off. Karen, if someone wants to say thank you, just let them. They need that too for their own heart. That's for them.
Yeah.
Please accept it. You need to receive it as well. So just let the gratitude flow in both directions, however it needs to come out. There's no rules on it and no limitations on it. Gratitude is a highly recommended in every direction and for every reason.
Even in sarcasm.
Yeah.
Because, a lot can be said for thank you.
So Michael, when folks are attempting to support you when they themselves are not healed and are going to project unhealthy stuff, thinking that, they're providing something valuable. I'm tiptoeing. Unhealed people.
Oh, God damn it, stop tiptoeing.
Unhealed people have narcissistic traits. So
yes.
If you're seeing that someone is very centrally focused and self-centered in their support or grieving, could work in either way, because listen, sometimes people put on a show, when their relationship was shit to begin with, you know what I mean? So it works in all directions. And yes, it's not okay. So that's where you learn who should be in your space and who shouldn't be, because it is serious circumstances like this that occur to bring forth those types of personality traits in people where, their true colors come out, and you see how people treat you when you're not okay, when you're grieving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the like he brought up in the follow-up comment was, I'm just trying to be supportive. You don't have to get so snippy.
So that's not really coming from a place of compassion.
Let me cut off your arm. And I'm going to expect you to be okay with that.
Yeah.
That was the first thing that came to mind. I don't know why. But
so if that to me says that the individual hasn't experienced grief yet themselves and don't understand the emotions that are involved with that type of grief, to hold space and compassion for what it is that you're experiencing and what emotions you're experiencing in whatever moments you exchanged. Did that make sense? I hope that makes sense.
Makes sense to me.
I'm so glad they're not in your life anymore. Yay. Exactly.
Yeah, that would be a really fast way to be like, oh, thank you for showing me your true colors. Bye.
Yeah.
Done.
Yes. Right.
Ooh.
Right. And some charity is for show. Some support is for show. Use your discernment and decide, do you feel safe? Do you truly feel supported? Trust your intuition. Is this someone you would be grateful for? Are you grateful for them? Because if you're not, maybe they're not really supportive.
Oh,
Sometimes your gratitude tells you if they're safe. If you don't,
and then there's the
feel
whole, I haven't talked to you in 20 years, but you want to be in my face about how we're going to do this now?
Yeah.
No. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
See? Thank you for thinking of me now.
Mm-hmm.
See, we can, and we're going to wrap this up soon, because we can take some of those sour moments. Doesn't mean that we have to allow them, but we can take those sour moments and be grateful, like we said earlier, that they showed their true colors, that they finally realized, or that they finally took off the mask, and all of a sudden, oh, I don't like you. Thank you for showing me that. And there's that. Oh, that is so much heartfelt gratitude right in that moment. Thank you so much, because now I know I don't want you in my life anymore. Bye. So even that level of gratitude when you are grieving.
Yes.
And even that has positive results for you in the process.
And Karen, thank you for saying grateful for the void, because ultimately that void wouldn't be there if you didn't have that love. And there is the gratitude for that love. There's a hole because there was so much love there. So to have that in your life experience, not as many people as you would think have that depth of love in their life. It is a gift.
Yep.
Ooh. Squinting again.
Polyjamorous just threw in the, well, what if I don't grieve curveball? Oh, that's a whole nother hour.
And then Polyjamorous also said, I had the opposite experience when my father died. Everyone expected me to fall apart. They treated me like I was going to snap. And when I didn't, they acted like there was something wrong with me. The irony is I was merely trying to honor my father through strength and celebration as per his request. And oh, I grieved.
Good.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
Reading that, but yeah.
Some people just go sharing that.
Some people just go numb.
And I get that, because the thing is like, okay, Polyjamorous, I'm just going to spit this out at you. That tells me that you were parentified and you took the lead, you took the helm and had to maintain your regulation in order to run the show. That's what that tells me. I don't know if I'm right or not, but that's what that tells me. So that tells me you held it together to be your dad in those moments. Like your dad was the rock and the pillar. And so you kind of took his role. And that might have been misunderstood as, aren't you upset? When the reality is you took the helm. You probably had one hell of a breakdown at a different time. So
the opposite of numb, and not really the opposite, but a different emotional constipation put on hold for a very large and dramatic release later.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm
emotional
sure it was very overwhelming.
Constipation is a thing, and when you're grieving, it's
Yeah. 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 And thank you for the confirmation, Polyjamorous. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
This was one hell of a ride.
One I wasn't really looking forward to getting on. I'll be honest. But thank you, Hildy, for
Listen,
bringing it
can
up
I just
to us.
yes. Can I ask for our viewers to give us the next topic? Because I think that's good if we address what it is.
That's fine. We're going to go
you
ahead and give
guys-
our shameless plugs, and you guys start
Yeah.
typing if you have a suggestion for our topic
Yes.
next week.
Spitball what comes to your mind. Type it in there right now. Let's see what we got.
All right.
Just
And while
pick
you're doing
anything
that,
comes to you.
we're going to remind you how you can find us outside of here.
Okay.
This is going to change. I have to get the new one from her, but go.
Yes, I'm rebranding. Okay, but you can find me on now also TikTok, Rev D on TikTok. I'm on Beacons as well, so I'm like trying to get myself out there. I'm doing the social media thing. This is not easy for me. I'm trying. I'm channeling my inner Micah. Thank you, Micah. So I am definitely getting myself more out there. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Beacons has everything all in one place. And please hop on healingrose.org. Remember, I do sacred ceremony. I'm an ordained reverend. So if there are needs that I can fulfill in that capacity, please do not hesitate. I also teach Sekem Sekim Reiki as a master teacher. So we also do energy work. All right, Micah.
All right. Well, first I'm going to remind you about the book. It's still available on Amazon, and it still has some special offers to go with it if you purchase, and let me know if you haven't already gotten it. It's called Untriggered, The Phoenix Path to Owning Your Own Fire, and it's available Kindle, paperback, and hardcover. If you purchase any one of those, you're going to get a free reading that I will just shoot you the recording of. It's already ready for you. I'm not going to tell you too much. Get the book. If you get the hardcover, then I'm going to take 50% off of one of my 20-minute sessions. Now, just for getting the hardcover, you're getting $100 worth of bonus for free. Just for the $25 that the book is. So keep that in mind. I'm going to be updating this with all of the Rise information as well, including the Rise Radio and Rise Awakenings over on my website. So the links will be there for the station as well. That's going to take quite a feat on my end. But untriggered.net is the link to get to my website. And last but not least, throw this back up in the corner. It was there for most of the show. Evolve and Emerge. If you want to know about things a little bit sooner and not have to wait until you see my pretty face 4 times a week, head over to my Facebook group, and I'll get you in. So
okay. So we have, it looks like, whew, all right.
had a bunch dumped.
I took a photograph of it. I took my camera out. So we have healing old emotional wounds and learning to forgive yourself. We have how do you kick yourself off the hamster wheel? I'm paraphrasing Michael. Because he said, right? How can you get yourself out of the mud basically when your wheels are spinning? So what that tells me is like you're stuck. You're stuck in a repeat pattern and you're trying to figure out how to do something different. That's what I understood that to mean.
I actually envisioned the Chariot card from the tarot with that one.
Okay, so let me see.
Karen throughout celebrating emptiness
and being in love. So I'm not sure. Okay, so the ones that pop out to me are the polyamorous and the Michael. Those two.
I have to ban somebody really quick over in TikTok.
Okay. So I think
we had a
polyamorous. Okay. I saw that. That's why I was squinting and hesitating. So since Polyamorous was the first. Should we just do first come, first serve, and do polyamorous's topic next week, and then Michael's the next?
Healing old emotional wounds and learning to forgive yourself. Ooh.
I mean, I know we did that in season 1, 2 in different pieces, but we've also, we can go dive off of different branches from that if you want, or we could talk about how to kick yourself off.
I have been throwing out over in Evolve and Emerge. I have been throwing out different things about forgiveness lately, so
it'll be right in line with that.
Should be.
Okay. All right. We're doing polyamorous next week.
All right.
That's it. We got it.
It's not going to have the same name because
no, it won't.
All right. So next week, Phoenix Talks. Healing old wounds and learning to forgive yourself. Now, I want to throw something else out at you guys. October 1st is the official launch of Rise Awakenings. And I told her at the beginning, see, we don't talk about the show until we're on air. So she's hearing about this as well. October 1st will be the actual launch, and Lunaria is going to be joining us to celebrate that launch because it falls on our show. So look forward to that on October 1st.
That's
Set
exciting.
your calendars. Don't know what the topic's going to be, or we just might bullshit the whole time. Who knows? Maybe we'll have a little bit more music. Who knows? But it's going to be the three of us yim-yamming our way. And hopefully Diane won't click-clack on the
I won't. Now that I know, I'm just going to go on this thing now, and I'll just be doing this instead.
Oh, the sunshine is back in a new spot, which means it's time for us to go. Okay. So hang around on Rise Radio for a little bit. You're going to have switch stations. I believe Will is coming up at 8 p.m. over on Rise Radio with Honky Tonk Kevin. So go and check that out. And that's a country music show. He hasn't said he's not, so hopefully I'm not overstepping. But anyway, and then and one more thing. I'm going to start trying to promo all of the shows that follow after us at the end of the shows. So we got this week, Friday, over on Rise Radio, we got Miss Hathery with Voices on the Rise, and she's going to be featuring Odie One Canody. And if you haven't heard him sing yet, you're going to want to tune in 6 p.m. this Friday. And then at 8 p.m. is going to be Vivid Vibes with Amelia, Travis, and Andrew Cherry this week. Or for this month, the theme is alternative rock. And there's only one of the three, not going to tell you who here, but there's only one of the three who really knows anything about alternate rock. So that's going to be a fun show, and that's at 8 p.m. on Friday. Then, not this Saturday, so I'll get you next time, Michael J., because he's got a new show coming up that's going to be on Saturdays. And then on Sunday, we got Amelia with Unplug at 7 p.m., and that's acoustics and dedications, and gets you in the feels. So if you need to unwind and release, it's a good time to do it. You guys have an amazing rest of your night. I'm so excited for all of the changes and everything new coming up. And I have the patrons of Rise Radio to thank for this being possible. So thank you so much. And we have so much more. We have so much more coming.
Yes, we do.
And I can't wait. Love you guys. Keep going.
Love you guys.
See you next week.
Bye.
It's Brindle and Diane, so listen up if you can. Yeah, journey with them today as they help you find your way. Oh, mental wellness is the topic of the hour. Mental health and the power to tap into our alignments will lead to our refinements. Phoenix Talk, a show like you've never seen. Phoenix Talks, awareness that has never been. Phoenix Talks with Brindle and Diane. Phoenix Talks, so tune